Who would you talk to? What is going on? It is me. It is me. It is Mike Lepre. It's legit fantasy football. It is May 9th, 2021, Mother's Day, right? I got this light that you need to have a green screen, but it's going in my eyes as if it's trying to kill me. So if I do the show with one eye, that's the reason. Also, I've been writing instrumentals that we're going to need for the shows, and that was the debut of the one I call, I actually haven't named it. But joining me, as always, the genius Kev. Kev, how are we this morning?
Hey, doing great, King. I want to start off with the same way you did. Happy Mother's Day to my mom and all the other moms out there. Yeah, I always find it weird when musicians name instrumentals. I guess you have to, because how else do you classify it? But I always find it very strange, so good luck with that.
I agree. What do you think of it, though?
I liked it.
Yeah, I've been working on beats. What's up, Master Damas? Bringing him in without him knowing. M1 with the you know what, and then also goes by what
Cod Hog, Master Damas.
You got a million names, kid. So what's going on with you?
I'm actually just slinging cards. I got Joe Burrow red cracked ice, Joe Burrow checkerboard, and a Joe Burrow green pulsar all at my fingertips right now. People love Joe Burrow.
So check it out. That leads me into my first story. So last night, right? I was looking through all the card break websites, like see what it is really about, like what's going on, and we should do one because they sit around at a table like two guys and they talk, right, Kevin? They just talk about whatever, and they'll be like, you know, there's 2 spots left for the whatchamacallit box, and there's 2 spots left for this, and people sign up. So like, you say you get like they were giving away a helmet. It was called Deep Threat. It had to be a deep threat, right? And they're giving away a helmet, signed helmet. They didn't know who it was, but giving away a helmet, all those. And every spot was $35. There was 8 spots, right, for the 8 divisions, AFC West, whatever, you know, all the way to the NFC East, you know. So you pay $35 just to get one of those divisions. And when they open the box, if that helmet is not from your division, you're gone. That's $35. So they do this nonstop, genius. And between me and you and Master Damas, I can see how they're making ridiculous amounts of money.
Ridiculous amounts of money.
If you do it the right way, if you were smart and you really set up a really quality, we had quality like stuff coming in and out, those people are paying $35 a spot. Like I was doing the math going, damn, they're making a lot of money. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a buyback option. They're not necessarily going at the item. If you do an 80% buyback, you can actually sell the item 2 to 3 times. So what we're talking about right now is really offshore line stuff that could really get people suspended. Like I literally haven't even been entertaining conversations on Facebook because I constantly get banned. So if that would happen, I would be stopping myself from making funds. This is the best.
Yeah. I'm not talking about, dude, you go your way. What I'm saying is the way that they were doing it, it was just so much. They were talking to people when they would join the room. And so they gave me the AFC West. And I'm like, ugh. So I go and I look and I go, all right, Browns. I go Browns, Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, right? So that's my division. So I'm sitting there, paid $35.
North or west? North, right?
What do you got?
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Never mind. No. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right.
You got the Bengals.
I'm like, all right. You know, I'll get something, right? I always win. Let me preface this. I always win raffles. You can ask my family, my kids. Every father and daughter dance we ever went to, we won something in a raffle. That's I swear to that. At least one thing we would win at raffles. That's how lucky I am with raffles. So, genius, I'm sitting there, right? Just sitting there, like, just trying to figure out what this whole thing is, right? They're talking. He does the whole thing, pulls the tag out. He pulls it out of the box. He's in a bag, right? He pulls out the bag, and I'm just sitting there, and it's T. Higgins, the big Bengals helmet. And I go, no. I'm going, no. And then he goes, yeah, one by, and they did say at least once, Mike Lepre. So I sent them, I phonetically kept sending Lep.
Yeah.
And Re. I'm like, it's Italian. Lep Re. But anyways, I want see, and I have a weird tie with T. Higgins. He's the guy that in fantasy football, I found him. They Alex, my brother's stepson, is in the league. He's like 2-3 years out of college. He dropped T. Higgins. He just cut him like the first couple weeks. Have you know this?
Yeah.
And I picked him up. And when I do card things, right, Matt, I get a lot of T. Higgins. I told you that once. I keep getting autographed T. Higgins, signed. Everything's T. Higgins for some reason. And then when that helmet came out and it was T. Higgins, I was like, this is a little messed up. It's a little messed up, the connection I have with T. Higgins. You know what I'm saying? But, and it made me think. So, all right. So it made me think, and we're going to get through this. I think we can figure this out. I'm going to go through the divisions, right? And we're just going to rank what we think about their helmets and uniforms. And we will end up with a list of the best uniforms in the league. Because the Bengals one is one where from far away, but up close.
Have you seen what they've done recently? Have you seen their new unis?
Yeah, the red. They're still red though. I mean, red.
Like Halloween colors, not really.
Oh, more oranges. All right. So, but what I'm saying is, Kev, we're gonna start with one division, and we'll make our way through all the divisions. And by the end of that, sorry, I'm having trouble. I took I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm not pro-vaccine. I'm not political. Do whatever you want. All I'm saying is I took the first shot of come on, help me here, Pfizer, and I've been sick since. I've been sick for over a week. I'm having trouble talking a little bit, but I'm gonna make up for it with how handsome I am. So let's start with the NFC East. All right, Kev and Matt. Worst jersey out of that division. I'm gonna say Redskins. Sorry. Did I do it again? Gosh damn it. I'm gonna say the football team. I hate maroon. Your thoughts?
I honestly, this is probably, unfortunately, not a very good conversation for me because I have no idea what any of the jerseys look like. They don't even register on my mind. All I know is that I love the Cowboys. Cowboys jersey wins. Next division.
Let's stick with helmets. We'll do helmets. Just stay with helmets. Everybody knows the helmet. I'm gonna put the football team last. Then the Eagles, then the Giants, and probably the Cowboys are number one just because they're known so well. But the Giants are pretty close.
I'll tell you, if they didn't do the removal of the name, I would have gone with the football team first. But now they're on the bottom, of course.
Does anybody have a disagreement with that? Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Redskins. I think that's just how good the helmets are, right? Kev?
It's a wash for me.
It's fine by me. I don't care.
NFC West. Seattle, Rams, Cardinals, 49ers. Now, do you like the 49ers colors? Like, do you like the helmet because it's old school? I like the Rams helmet the best out of all these helmets.
I personally like the 49ers because they were the gold miners. That's where all that, they were extracting all the gold. So it's historic. I think that's another reason why we probably shouldn't be getting rid of history. I like to learn from history. I like the gold of 49ers.
Yeah, I agree with Master Nomis. I like the 49ers.
You think they're top of the four?
Yeah.
All right, who's second then? Seattle's got a nice win. The Cardinals classic, but I love the Rams. That new helmet's the balls.
I think the Cardinals on last. I love when the Seahawks wear the neon green. Neon green happens to be one of my favorite colors.
All right, but we're going helmets. So we got to make a decision between Seattle and Arizona. So one's going to be better than the other.
49ers, Rams, Hawks, Birds.
I like that one. Okay.
That's fine. I honestly, I'm looking up the helmets right now because I have no idea what they look like. I give this. I have to apologize. I give this zero credence to anything I do in my life. So you guys go, and I'll comment here and there.
NFC South: Saints, Bucks, Panthers, Falcons. I think you got to give it to the Falcons for number one. I would go Saints number two, and then it comes down to the Panthers and the Bucks, which I hate both helmets. Matt, where would you put them?
I actually like the Bucks helmet. I thought that they were kind of gaudy when they put the flag up so big, but it's grown on me.
How about Atlanta, New
I like
Orleans?
Atlanta 1. I like Atlanta 1. I like Bucks in that. It's a wash for 3-4, really, to be honest with you.
All right, so then New Orleans would be 3 because if you like the Bucks,
Actually,
yeah.
New Orleans would be 3. Yes.
and then the stupid Panthers. Lastly, we got Green Bay Packers, the Bears. This is a tough. This division is tough. Packers, Bears, Vikings, Lions. I would say to you, it's the Bears, Packers, Vikings, Lions.
I actually like the Bears just to see. I actually like that a lot.
The helmet though, it's a
You know,
tough thing to do. Packers and Bears. They're both.
I hate the Packers because they're always told to talk about green and gold. That's yellow. I've never seen gold when I look at the Packers. It's not gold.
All right, we say who's first though? We get to pick that one. Green Bay or Chicago? I like Chicago. The helmet.
I like Chicago as first too.
Have these helmets changed in a while? This is probably the division with the most old school helmets. I'd say.
It is.
No, they haven't changed. It kind of changed, but not really.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I agree with you guys. I would go either Bears, Packers first, and then probably Vikings. No, then Lions and
Vikings, Lions. Yeah, Vikings, Lions. I like the Vikings. The Purple People Eaters. You know what I mean? It's classic to me. All right. So now we have it like this. The top 4 in the NFC are the Cowboys, 49ers, Falcons in such a weak division, and Bears. Cowboys, 49ers, Falcons, Bears. I would tell you it's Cowboys, 49ers, Bears, Atlanta. What do you guys think?
Let me see 49ers.
Cowboy helmet, the 49ers helmet, the Atlanta Falcons helmet, and then the Bears helmet. What do you got, Matt?
I got people buying my cards on these raffles like you were just talking about, and I have to submit them because if you do them really wrong, you can really mess up. If somebody takes 21, like I told you, I got a Saquon Barkley jersey. I got one spot yesterday. I won a $200 Saquon Barkley jersey, but I punked somebody. I car-hogged them. I went in and I said, I want spot number 1. And then he goes, oh, you're all done. You didn't make it. I said, I look at the list. I called out one before him. One ended up winning. And then I went back to the kid, Mike. I said, Mike, that's the reason why I told you I called it, my number. And if it went on to win and it was somebody else who didn't call it before me, I would have, and he would have had a big problem. So if I get a buzz and I don't put it in and I don't see that I put that kid in right, when it goes to spin, we got a big problem because somebody submitted that number earlier. It's a big problem. With these
Kev, did you realize that he was going to go on a tangent like that?
I didn't follow. I didn't understand that whole thing. I have to say.
So, Kev, the Bears, Cowboys, 49ers, Falcons.
Oh, you know my pick. Got to go Cowboys.
Cowboys. Then I would say 49ers over the Bears.
Yeah, I like that. I can live with that.
And then Atlanta.
Atlanta's cool, but you can't help but have sort of team prejudices in this. You know, Atlanta sucks and they're a joke, so you can't. They have to be the 4th one.
Weak division too. They come from. All right. AFC really quick.
The champion just came from that division.
We're talking. Sadly enough, Matt, we're talking helmets, not teams.
Helmet, not teams.
This is what
AFC South, Tennessee Titans, the Colts, the Texans, the Jaguars. Titans, Colts, Texans, Jaguars. This is an easy one. It's Colts, Titans, Jaguars, Texans.
I gotta do a Mastronomus tangent here. I know we're in the weird part of the NFL year, and I was gonna start it as after all the hype of the draft. I wasn't exactly sure how we're gonna keep the energy up. I guess we're not. We're going to uniforms. So I was even worried. I was like, I heard a T. Higgins interview. Maybe we could talk about that. I heard a Micah Parsons interview. Maybe we could talk about that. This is like the doldrums of the NFL season. After all that adrenaline from the draft, now we're talking helmets.
Yeah,
we have to do segments. We have to do segments that we can clip and make short segments. You understand that? Like we got to do really quick this, and we can go on to a different topic. That's why I'm trying to get through this.
All right, I'll go Colts, Jags, Titans, Texans.
Ooh, well, you like the Jags better than the Titans. I don't know about that. Matt, Jags or Titans?
I like them both, actually. I would go Titans over Jags, but I like both of them.
Okay, we're going to go Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans.
Yep. All right, we'll do lightning rounds. I'm cool with
Moving
that.
on. Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins.
Wait.
So it's the Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, New York Jets. And I think it's going to be the Patriots are last. Their helmet's the last out of those four. It's a horrible helmet.
This is a horrible division.
Dolphins are number one.
The Dolphins helmets are terrible.
Ryan Elvis is the shit.
What?
I would
I would
rather
put-
have the down with the pat in the
Dolphins are iconic.
I love the flying Elvis.
Oh, I don't know.
This is a
No.
terrible division for helmets.
All right,
I'd
yeah,
probably put Dolphins.
Yeah.
Going from worst to first because there's no one good. I'd go Dolphins last, Jets second to last, Bills second, and Patriots first. They're terrible.
You
Maybe
think
Bills
the
first,
Pats-
Patriots second.
You think the Pats have the best helmet?
No, maybe Bills first, Patriots second, but the Dolphins are awful.
Awful.
I'll go Bills, Pats, Jets, Dolphins, even though I kind of disagree on that one. All right, Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals. Steelers are obviously one. Browns are obviously second. Then the Bengals, then the Ravens. Yes?
Yeah, hold on a second. I actually found a page that has helmets by division, so I have to bring it up here. Let me switch. You're
First,
probably gonna go
Do you
Steelers.
guys know why? Do you guys know which side the logo is on for the Steelers?
All right,
Well,
Why, Kevin?
I don't know.
You know, King?
they only put it on, I thought it was the left.
No, it's on the right. I'm looking at it right now.
All right, they put it on the right. What was the save for? I don't know. They were saving
The
it for something.
Union is always right.
Huh. I didn't know that.
All right, so I'm
You-
going to go Steelers, Cleveland, Bengals, Ravens. Yes?
So this is divisions opposite of AFC East. Like every one of these is good.
I agree.
I would go Steelers.
The Browns is like so famous. Like that's like a football
Yeah,
helmet. Like it's the Browns.
I like all of these. This is so tough. Steelers, Browns,
Bengals,
Bengals, Ravens, and I like the Ravens. I would put the Ravens up better than any team in the AFC East, and they're last in the AFC North.
Atlanta was weak in the NFC, so. All right, last one is the Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos.
Oh, hold on.
Raiders are obviously top, right? Just right to the top. And then what do you got? Chargers, Broncos. So I don't like the Broncos. I like the Chiefs. So I would go maybe Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos.
So Raiders, I'd go Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos.
Or you like the Chargers over the Chiefs, all right?
Yeah. Well, barely. Like those are both good. I just like the bolt, I love the lightning bolt.
So down to the final four of the divisions, we got the Colts, Bills, Steelers, Raiders. I'm going to go Raiders, Steelers, Colts, Bills.
I like that.
Sorry, say them again. Colts, Bills, Steelers.
Raiders.
Raiders,
Steelers.
Steelers, Colts,
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills.
Agreed.
So now the Raiders and Cowboys are the two top helmets representing the two different divisions. Oh, you guys comfortable with that? I think I am.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good call. The two best logos from either division would be the Cowboys and Raiders, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right, done with that, Kev. Done
Well, who
with
wins? Do we have to pick a winner?
of what? Yeah. All right, Raiders or Cowboys? Raiders.
It is.
I hate to say it, but I would probably pick the Raiders. Even though Cowboys are my team, I would pick the Raiders.
As dope as like I have to admit the Cowboys uniforms have been, like they're just so classic, right? I'm a Giants fan, can't argue that. Yeah, though I think my logo is iconic, but the Raiders logo it just jumped. It went to music. I have a Raiders hat, like the dopest logos and uniforms I've ever seen, coming out in black and silver like that with the Raider, like a Raider.
The whole pirate angle. It's what you want the NFL to be. Violent, Yeah, like even my cup is skull and crossbones.
And you know what? What do they do to make that like allure bigger? They had like maniacs on their team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they purposely went out and got like maniacs, guys that were like really good but had a lot of problems. They didn't. What's his name? Didn't care. He would just throw them all in. And dude, when you played the Raiders, you didn't come out of the game without like a beating. You mean you were physically beat up, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, and like in the whole thing, the culture came from the owner down. Al Davis. I mean, you couldn't be the Raiders without Al Davis. You know, like you couldn't have been that way if you had like the Ford family. The Ford family could not run the Raiders. You know, that's why the Lions are the Lions with their personality, and the Raiders are like that. Mavericks, you know, all top to bottom.
As great as Jerry Jones likes to think of himself,
Yeah.
he doesn't even touch Al Davis. Back in the
No.
day, Al Davis walked around with gold chains, his shirt.
Yeah.
He was a renegade owner slash GM.
Yeah.
And what did he love the most? What did he love absolutely the most? He loved speed.
Speed. That's what I was gonna say. Speed. That's all he cared.
Speed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
he just, if you were really fast, he was going to come sign you with ridiculous amounts of money.
Yep. Where did Mastradamus go?
No, he's right here.
Oh, cool. The like not the best example. One of the great examples of modern picks they blew just on speed is Darius Hayward-Bay. The guy was blazingly fast. Should not have been drafted where they drafted him. Should not have been paid what they paid him. But Davis could not say no to speed.
So you know what's funny about that is I still play Madden. I still do Madden, franchise where I do my own team, and you have to buy you acquire higher graded cards, guys to play different positions.
Yeah.
So towards the end of the season, and I have a quarterback. It's Trevor Lawrence. He's a 99 Trevor Lawrence, and one of my wide receivers is Darius Hayward-Bay. just because in that game that if he gets by a man-to-man thing, you just lob it and it's a touchdown. Like he's so fast in the game. They made a 99 or 98 Darius Hayward-Bay. I'm like, it was so often seeing his name come up. I was like, look, the receivers, like the Rice, the guys you'd always see it. And you see him.
Yeah.
You know. I kind of have a thing for like wide receivers that like were one-hit wonders or like were like not like the not like the main like the guys. Like I've always kind of liked guys like that. You?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like Darius Hayward-Bay. I remember you had him in Corrupted. Like we've been doing Corrupted so long that I remember when you drafted Darius Hayward-Bay, and you know he had that, like one trick pony kind of guy, and I guess I don't follow guys like that like you do. I like scheme players, like players that can do that just know their fit, know their role. Yep. They can do what they're supposed to do, like on defense mostly. Offense, I'm a sucker for just you know big names like Julio Jones and Tyreek Hill, guys that are perfect. But on defense, I love scheme players, like some guy you never heard of who goes to a team like Kevin Green is somehow in the Hall of Fame as a pass rusher. I don't understand how that happened, but he's in the Hall of Fame because he was in a perfect role for enough years. And you look at him and that stupid long blonde hair, and you know somehow sack after sack. But I don't think he would have fit in everywhere. So I'm more of a defensive scheme guy.
He went right into wrestling, you know.
Yeah.
He became a wrestler in WCW.
Yeah. And he looked like a wrestler. He looked like a wrestler who was in the NFL. And the other one I loved was Derek Thomas. Like,
yeah, you know what? The kids today don't know about Derek Thomas.
Yeah.
Like they should. Because he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He killed both the edge. He still holds a record for most sacks in a game, right?
Yeah, a six sack game. So I like players like that, like crazy defensive players that you know.
When Derek Thomas died.
Yeah.
Because
I remember.
It looked like he was going to hang on, and he had a leg injury from the accident that took his life. It was the injuries, and that man was a great man. Not only was he a great football player, but boy, did he do a lot outside for his community. But he was a beast. He was. I love those football players. He was incredible to watch. And I agree, King. Not many people today know Derek Thomas. And they should.
Yeah, and they should. like for real.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kev, you know all the trades, all the drafts from the Corrupted League. We've been doing that league so long. I don't even know how many years, but it's like
over 20.
So it's ridiculous. So it's over 20-year fantasy football league, and you know who drafts what.
Yeah.
I'm doing better. I believe. I think I'm gonna have a winner in the next season.
I would love to get into your
trade.
I will beat
seriously
you. If the way you guys play, the way you think, I'm so.
You get the next. You get the next opening.
Yeah,
you're down for the next opening.
Believe me when I say this, right? You're going in there against like people that take it serious, like
very, yeah.
But you're gonna be like, Brother Ray is a fantasy beast. He's always always in the top 2 or 3 teams. It's ridiculous.
I
And
can
then the Genius has been known for always being like number 1 in the standings, but
Yeah.
not in the playoffs. Although you have one.
I have one championship, but I've probably lost in the finals 4 or 5 times, and I have the all records for most wins in a season, most points in a season, overall wins, everything. Like we take it literally like it's a business. It's got to show up at the draft with 2 computers, a pad, like the whole thing, spreadsheets going, and it's crazy. Like the reason why you're turning it around is because you stop trading away your draft picks. Like that's why you're turning it around. He would go into a draft like the Rams or the Seahawks or the Houston. He wouldn't be picking until the 7th round.
Well, is this a dynasty league?
Yeah.
Oh, I
keep
love
6.
You
I would
keep,
want to keep 4, but they've been
you keep
playing
6.
I know. I wanted to be 7, and some people wanted to be 5. That's true. What's going
When
on?
do you guys do your drafts before the draft or after the draft? Must be
After.
After.
So we draft right before the
Same
season
day every year.
starts.
Okay.
It's the same
So
day.
like in July, middle of July, we'll open it up for trades, and then the rosters lock like a week or so before the season. Then we do the draft on like Labor Day or Labor Day.
Sunday before the first games.
Yeah.
Start.
It's awesome. It's a very good league.
No cut.
It is.
What do you guys do? Do you guys run it through Yahoo or CBS?
My fantasy league. Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah. Like.
Okay.
No, I was gonna say like there's years and years of history on there. You can see like the standings because we imported all the standings in. I tied all the teams together because we have multiple owners and stuff. So it's pretty cool to go just to see the history of it all. And it's literally from the very beginning. It was who are the original who's still there from the beginning? Like me, you, Ray, Turner, Jesse.
What was Jesse there from the beginning? Yeah.
I think Jesse was. So it's like 4 or 5 of us left from the original 12. So it's like the the Giants, the Steelers, the Packers.
And we had some ones. We had some people that we had to get rid of too. Like, we had some people that like they were being like I don't even know what word to use. Let's say girly about it. Like, can I say that? Like, what can I say now? Is that fair?
I can't say that.
What were they doing? Like dropping players they shouldn't be? What were they doing? There's definitely a lot of work.
Man, it's just the way people are sometimes. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's a really good league though. It's very competitive. People take it very seriously.
There has to be some rules in fantasy, or else it just gets plain stupid anyway. Like in my league, I try to have it be as fair as it can be. I'm not objective to trades. I allow trades. I like people to communicate. I want to encourage owners to communicate. But I had one year where it was this guy and a police officer. He's a good friend. They were trying to swing a deal where there was 2 wide receivers and a QB was just added on. And I was like, I'm not allowing that. The wide receiver and the wide receiver is fair. I'm not doing that.
No, we
can't.
Kev, Ray, people like that, Stu, they keep everybody in line. Like this
You have to.
is very well run. Very well.
You absolutely have to. There has to be some sort of mediator, voice of reason, or else stupid shit happens. Like at 1 year in our draft, big money draft, my buddy's father always says, "Is Derek Bernier still on the board? Well, I can't even believe he's still on the board." I'm like, stop doing that. All right, if you do that, you go to the last pick of that draft. Stop calling teams that are still on the board because you don't want someone to get them. That's what's going on, and that shit has to stop. But it always happens, and if it happens, it's not a mistake. It's not doing that. You can't be calling out players that are still there. You know what I mean? 50.
Yeah, you hate that, huh? You hear when they do that?
Yeah,
hey.
I do like a little drama though. Every year there's good for 1 or 2 events that cause like these massive text chains where like Stefano will send a text this big.
Yeah, I meant to pick so and so about a half hour ago. Yeah, you gotta run back all the picks.
I'm like Stefano. I'm like the first week is always a mess on because with the waiver claims on my fantasy league they mess it up every single year. I'm like I'll rewind the whole thing. We'll do it again tomorrow. And he's like, but then they know my pick. I'm like, but you're still first. It doesn't matter. Who knows? It's just like that kind of craziness. Anyway.
You have to have your league run correctly.
Where is his brother Ray?
Oh, he's
He's good.
Burst water, hot water. He's hot
Yeah.
water burst.
Oh,
So water heater burst. He's got his daughter back from school, and I guess he's probably going your way for Mother's Day. So he's got a busy
Yeah,
day.
he is because he's his the noids or whatever they're called are still
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
out on his neck from taking the second shot of Moderna. Yeah. So Kev, the shot was brutal.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sway anybody anyway. Do whatever you want to do. Don't listen to me. I'm a moron. However, as soon as it hit my body, my arm, neck, and jaw was in intense pain. I was like locked up like this. I'm like, what was that? Actually, what is this? Like, why is there so much pain like right here? And she's like, oh, well, that's one of that could be one of the side effects. I'm like, and ever since then, I don't know if you guys have ever had this. Kev, you had it. You might actually be able to share this with me. You ate something that made you kind of poisoned, right?
Yeah.
You know the poison feeling you have sometimes where it's like you're sick, but you feel like there's something like bubbling in you. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Like you had something that you shouldn't have had in you.
You have an alien inside your body. It's going to bust out your chest like aliens.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, there's something there that's causing like what it is. It's a weird feeling. Like I'm trying to like sleep it off, but it's taking days. Like it's a week now. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like something's wrong, but you can't quite figure it out, and you can't.
Have either of you seen The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin has. King, have you?
That's it.
Have you? Rev?
I watched all
Remember when who was the black man with the stick? He was a badass. He was one of the main characters. Him and Rick were very good friends. He had problem killing his wife in the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
King, I like you.
You can do it. You can do it, Master Thomas.
I love you. I told you. I warned you.
Yep.
You get something that he's walking away.
Yeah.
If you get something that wears off in 6 months, but it makes you feel like that, why would you get it at all?
See, that's the whole. I don't want to. We shouldn't get into this, but that's the part I don't understand. Like, I pretty much have to do it because otherwise, like, my mother doesn't want anyone in the house unless you have it.
Yep.
My daughter at her graduation, she wants to invite me, but she won't unless I'm vaccinated. Pretty soon, you're going to need it to fly. And I'm like, but it's not a vaccine. It's not a vaccine.
It's not.
Like,
people don't even know that.
Like, look up the definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an immune booster. It
Yeah.
acts with your immune system. If you have a healthy immune system, you don't need to have it.
Yeah.
But they're lowering the age of 15. This is a conditioned process. In order to be next to me, you have to be vaccinated. Get away from me.
Yeah.
In order to go to the doctors in the future, if you're not vaccinated, you're not going to. This is an issue.
I know.
I decide whether or not I put that in my body.
Yeah, but it's crazy.
All right, I don't want to.
You did.
I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? There's a green screen.
Listen, it concerns me. It concerns me, gang.
It does.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Let's go over the teams and grade how much better we think they're going to be.
That's
We
cool.
can't yet because Jimmy G is not in New England yet, and
He's not coming.
he is coming.
Oh, so much money. Please, let's stick to reality. Ready? We'll start with the NFC West. The Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, 49ers. Who came out looking the most improved? I'm going to say the Cardinals. Their defense looks like it's going to be just ridiculously sick.
Now, is this offseason combined?
What they've done in the offseason so far, yeah.
Arizona completely sealed all the holes that they needed to.
I
Their
agree.
defense is ferocious. Their offense has the weapons. They needed a running back, and I think that they got it. I think James Conner is a little bit tougher than Drake. As much as we haven't seen Conner on the field, I do think he's got a little bit more hard nose. We haven't seen it recently in the last few years, but I think he'll be a better lead back than Kenyon Drake was, and I think that was solely missing in that offense. I love what Arizona did.
They're 8-8. They were in third place. I could see them jumping up. Kevin,
Yeah, I like Arizona and I like San Francisco too. I mean, not even the Trey, not just Trey Lance. I think the fact that they're going to be healthy, is going to improve them dramatically. I think the draft was decent. They didn't do a ton in. They got Trent Williams. But I think they'll be a much better team also. So I think Seattle will probably regress because they didn't really have a draft. And I think the Rams, they didn't really have a draft either. So and I think they played over their heads last year. So I think it'll be if I had to pick San Francisco, Arizona, then Seattle and LA.
I don't think so. I think that with Matt Stafford going there, they're gonna be all right. McVay is a chain mover, and I think that they finally got their QB. When we seen the Rams really have hiccups, it was like, oh my, Goff was horrible in big moments, in big situations. I must have made Sean McVay. I mean, he's supposed to be the youngest. I might have made him like lose years. Swear. Yeah. There's a reason that trade happened, and I think things.
I could see Seattle actually falling to the bottom, but I
Me too.
Yeah, I think so too.
First, it has to be the Cardinals. Trey Lance is as good as he's going to have a rookie season. He's not going to take him to like the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that.
No, he's not. He's just not. The rookie QB is not going to take the 49ers Super Bowl.
I don't believe that's
a great defense they're forming. Wait, hold on. The Cardinals are forming such a great defense, right? So that division alone is tough. It's tough to play those teams
Best
twice.
division in football. Best division in football.
Yeah. So I like the Cardinals defense. Like, there's a couple teams that have defenses that they're forming that look ferocious. There literally is a couple of teams that have new, like, new defensive sets. So I like the Cardinals, then I like the 49ers, and I would say probably Seahawks, Rams. That's my opinion about what they did. In the other division, though, you got the Tampa Bay Bucks, Carolina Panthers, the Falcons, and the Saints.
Awful division.
What do you think?
Awful division. It's a walking pad. It's just like what the Patriots were used to. And that's what I was trying to get back in the day when I was saying you can't blame the Jets because of who's in the division beating the shit out of you. Now you got Brady in there. Now all of a sudden all those other teams in there, not that it happened that way, but these teams are just going to not be stabilized until a big dog is out of there and they can get some stability. But that division is awful. Awful.
All right, but what do you think about how they improved? Because I'm going to say that like New Orleans,
Atlanta did the draft.
The Bucks stayed the same, or got maybe a little bit better, actually, right? The Saints didn't do much. The Panthers changed their whole look now, but we're depending on Sam Darnold. And then you have the Falcons, who I feel like Matty Ice is kind of like he's starting to do this. Yeah. So I like the Bucks to come in first, and then
Bucks are talking about undefeated season right now. They're talking about going undefeated. That's word out of the Bucks.
What do you think, Kev? Bucks, Saints?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I think that division is everything you guys said is true. It's all Bucks. I think the Falcons are going to be better than people think they're going to be. I think they're going to. I don't think they traded Julio. Master Ramos, you and I disagree on this. So I think they keep Julio. They keep Ridley. They added Pitts. They have Hayden Hurst. Their offense is going to be awesome. Their defense only has to get to average, and they could be much better than last year. I don't think the Bucs are going to go undefeated. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I think there's going to be a little bit of a let off there. I don't think they have the same DNA New England has, even though they have Brady there. And then the Panthers, like you guys said, are building. They still have a lot of work to do, and the Saints without Breeze it'll be an adjustment year. So I think it's just the Bucs cruise, win the division, and then they get beat in the playoffs. Is my prediction on that.
Yeah. So that division is what it is. Division. All right.
Yeah.
NFC East. The Redskins, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles. All right. Eagles are in dead last. I don't care what you say. They're in last, and then we'll do the other three because they are. They fell behind, in my opinion, the other three teams. Right. The defenses of the Giants, the football team, and maybe the Cowboys are going to be unbelievable. They're going back to the old NFC East days where the defenses were monsters in this division. It's happening again. I'm actually going to say 2 teams will be in the top 5 teams at the end of the year in defense. That's the Giants and the football team. Kev, what is your take on the NFC East?
I think I love Washington. I love what they're doing. I like the offseason. I like the free agency and the draft. I think Fitzpatrick's probably going to drive people insane, but I think they're going to win. I think Washington wins the division. I think Dallas and New York fight for second, and the Skins are in last. I don't think Dallas is going to be as good on defense as I had hoped. But they're obviously they get Dak back, so the offense will hum. But I think Washington will take the division.
Listen, Washington definitely has a great defense, right? I see it. I see it. I've been watching it, and I acknowledge it, and it got better. However, the Giants now have players at every position where, like, this is one of the best Giants teams I've seen in years. So if Danny Dimes can get some time, we're going to be unbelievable. Like, that Giant defense is going to be one of the best defenses in the league. I'm going to guarantee that top 3, the Giants defense will be next year. That team, they have players at every position. Our like the DBs, the cornerbacks, the safeties, it's disgusting. When you have Jabril Peppers, Xavier McKinney, and then Logan Ryan as your safeties, and now you got Adoree Jackson, you just grabbed you got what's his name, Bradbury, who's a Pro Bowl, and then you just picked up the cornerback. That's the slot corner in the draft in the 3rd round, and you still have the kid from UCLA that Deion Sanders loves as a safety, and then our linebackers we just picked up, we just got with the guy from Georgia. He's going to be one of the guys rushing the cornerbacks on the edge. It was Ojulari. He's a beast, and we have some guys that we're starting to develop. We got Leonard Williams. We got like guys that are really coming into their own. I'm telling you, the Giants are going to be unbelievable this year. I don't think they're going to win the championship, but I think they win the division. How about that? Matt, what do you think?
I love what the football team did. I think that they're going to win the division. I absolutely love what the G-men did, but you said they got a player at every position. I still don't believe they do at the quarterback position.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know how I feel about Danny Dimes. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I've said this before, will give you more at the quarterback position than what Danny Dimes will.
All right, let me ask you this. What do you think Danny Dimes does wrong? And I don't want to hear throw interceptions or fumbles.
I look at it like this.
And keep in mind that the offensive line he had in front of him was horrendous since he's been here. And that's not a lie. That's not an excuse. That is literally the truth. So keep in mind that at the end of the last season, he played like 4 or 5 games with like a leg injury where he couldn't run anymore. So he had to just stand there and get mauled like Beal Bailey.
He was overdrafted.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, but
he wasn't expected to go where he did, and he was taken there out of need.
In game, what's wrong with Danny Dimes?
I personally believe it doesn't have to be just him. Like you said, the offensive line sucked. They haven't had much targets. Their best weapon was Sterling Sharp. He's horrible. Golden Tate sucks. Evan Ingram has a case of the drops. Sure, there's a lot around him that didn't work for him, but that doesn't take my assessment from what Danny Dimes is. When I can see, like, even Tua didn't have nothing in Miami, still showed me more. That showed me he could almost beat KC single-handedly. When it comes to Danny Dimes, or any play for that matter, I feel like it's a
you never watched him play. You never watched him play. You have not watched him play. You've never watched him play. What?
I watch football games regardless of whether or not I like the player or not.
You don't watch the Giants.
Fantasy teams. Like when we were just talking about Atlanta, and I was going to make a comment, Matt Ryan, if he does have Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson, Pitts, he now becomes fantasy relevant. I don't care about Danny Dimes. If he's doing good, I'll pick him up. I don't think he's good.
Why though? Kev, tell me why you think he's bad.
I think he's a turnover machine. I mean, you can't say don't mention the fumbles and the interceptions. Every snap he takes and he drops back, there's a risk something catastrophic happens. Every single. Don't tell me you're not nervous. Don't tell me you're not nervous every time he drops back.
Listen, all right, but let's get down to this. Why do you think he's fumbling so much?
Because he doesn't take care of the ball. I don't know. He just doesn't take care of the ball. It's
all right,
weird.
But he's getting hit, right? You're getting hit right away.
Not all the time. Not all the time. And he throws a lot of picks too. I mean, I just don't think he's a good quarterback. I think that this is one of those strange times. It must be like something with the lunar calendar lined up where me and Mastradamus completely agree. Completely agree.
All right. What I love about the kid, and I'm telling you because I've watched him, he fights to the end. He's big, he's tall. He throws one of the best deep balls, period. He drops balls. Come on. He threw a couple touchdown passes that are so beautiful. It's unbelievable. He just literally just drops the dime. His problem is he wanted to hold on to it too long, and he was slow on his, progressions. And the offensive line was horrible. So if you want to hold on to it a little bit longer, and the offensive line sucks, you're going to get hit. So he got hit, and my problem is he fumbles. You're right. When he got hit, he would fumble. He would keep it loose like this, and it was always getting knocked out of his hands. But that could be taught. Tiki Barber had to go through Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin taught him how to keep the 3-point end of the football when he carried it. Tiki stopped fumbling. Tiki Barber, that was his issue. He fumbled a lot. So if you take away that from a young kid, you just teach him to not fumble like Danny. When it gets close, just tuck it in.
Oh, you could be like,
one thing. What is wrong with Danny Dimes? Because I think he's a great physical quarterback. The way he throws, the way he runs, the way he can be a captain, a leader. I see it there. You guys may not see it, but it's definitely there. This kid has got the tools. The Giants saw this in him. Why do you think they picked him so fast? The Redskins were going to pick him. And don't think that's not true, because the friggin' Eagles, in which I would love to talk about really quick, screwed the Giants again, even though I'm glad they did it. The Eagles screwed us at the end of the year last year, if you remember. They played the Cowboys, and they played like dogs. Like dogs. It almost seems like there was an agreement in place that would included the draft pick, right? We're going to lose this game bad for you, but you better trade with us when we ask, right? So they screw the Giants that way. Comes down to the draft. Apparently, the Giants love Devonta Smith. Ooh, thank God. And the Eagles traded with the Cowboys to change spots. How tough is that? It's in the division. You know what I mean? It's in the NFC East. It's just the 4 teams. And they screwed us at the end of the year by losing that game, so we couldn't make the playoffs. And then they screw us again by jumping in front of us to get like the guy we wanted. And then that's why the Giants decided to draft a fullback in the draft. What do you think of that, Kev? You know that happened, right?
Obviously, I know the draft story. If they ever tied it up from that game at the end of the season to that would be a massive conspiracy. So I'm probably not gonna buy into that. But it was surprising that that the Cowboys and the Eagles traded within the division during the draft.
Didn't it look fixed though that game last year? Agree with me. We were all saying it. The way that the Eagles were laying down against the Cowboys seemed a little off. The way they weren't trying to win when they could. They could have. Like they were pulling back. It was obvious. Like that was a weird game. A lot of people and a lot of us on the show were calling that a fixed game. That's what immediately what we all said. You remember that?
We were all calling for Doug Peterson's head.
Yeah.
That was kind of crazy.
So that happened, and then you try to tell me that they trade in the division just to get in front of the Giants again? They screw the Giants over again, the same 2 teams. You don't think there could be a connection? I'm being serious about this. I know Matt's not listening to me, but I'm being serious about this. I think that the Eagles screwed the Giants intentionally.
M1 is intense paranoia one of the side effects of the booster? Do you know this?
I love King so much, but when I think of King, he reminds me of such a fan, and I wish he would remove the fanness from him and see the greatness of everything. But when I see him and when he comes out, he can't help it from showing, and I hate it about him. I don't even know what you're saying. There's too much fanism for the Giants, and you don't see it for what it is.
You're trying to tell me that you don't like how much I love my team?
I love how much you love your team, but sometimes when you have a worker on your organization, you're like, man, Pete is just not pulling his weight. You got to remove Pete, and that's Danny Dimes. And this year he's going to have his opportunity. And I think you love Pete, but Pete's really not doing much for you.
So Danny Dimes is going to throw 45 touchdowns this year.
Oh my God!
Say 14 receptions.
Do you want to bet? I'll bet the over under on 40. You don't even have to do 45.
How about the over under on 35?
You just said 45. I went to 40. Now we're now down to 35. Come on.
35 would be a good number to bet on, because if you get over 35, that's elite. Over 35, my opinion.
No way he makes that jump. No way.
He doesn't throw 35 touchdowns, you don't think? Again, he definitely is. Well, let's make a bet. Let's make the bet. If he doesn't throw 35 touchdowns, I'll shave my head like Mastradamus.
Oh, my God.
And
However,
if does,
when Danny Dimes does throw 35 touchdowns,
I'll grow my hair out.
Matt has to wear a wig, and try to pull it off as real hair. It can't be silly. Can't be stupid. It's gonna be something that you think. Is that a wig? Is that a wig?
How about I just grow it and you guys?
That's what you're gonna get. No. We're gonna buy your ass a professional wig, and you're gonna have to wear it for a week, pretending that you're alive here. Will you do it?
I could do it.
You in?
Yeah.
35 touchdowns. Kev, you want it?
Is it 35? Is it 36? You win or
No, 35? I win.
See, Matt. The only thing I worry about is he started at 45.
35 and a half. There's got to be can't be end on 35.
All right. 36. I win. If he hits 36, I win.
Boom.
And he's going. With all those guys, he's definitely going.
But I'm gonna. Say, I don't think he hits 20.
All right. Well, okay. So 36 is the bet. We got.
Kevin, you in?
What?
You want to be in on the bet?
No, I'll wait for this one because you guys got this one covered. But by the way, you have to change your team name this year because you lost the bet with me and Dave last year.
What was that bet?
You bet that Bill Belichick would be the GM of the Giants by the beginning of this season. So you got to change your team name from Kings.
Was that the bet? You sure?
Yeah, that was the bet.
When did I make that bet? Was I drunk?
Yeah.
See, that shouldn't count.
It counts.
Does that count?
Of course.
When you're drunk.
Yes, of course. We have witnesses. Anyway, let's move on.
All right. So I'll change it from the Kings to like the real Kings. Or the
No, you can't have the word Kings in it.
No. That's bullshit. You said I can't.
We said that already. Actually, the real terms of the bet were that I get to name your team. So if you want to play this game, you're going to be called the Queens. Unless you pick something better. So
you know what? I would take Queens. I'll get a picture of Freddie Mercury as my logo. And I'll be flamboyant and loud, and I'm gonna win the league. I'll take it right now.
You know how funny that
Queens represent, son.
That would be your destiny to win the league with your team named the Queens. You finally pull it off in your name the Queens. Yeah.
All right. Have Queens in the middle, but it's gonna say Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Long Island. Queens, what's up, son? Yeah. I'll take that. I'll probably win this year. And you know what? I want to complain really quick. Fantasy basketball, I got completely run over. Jesse beat me because none of my guys could play, and then Ray beat Jesse. But listen to this. Here was the team I had: Westbrook, Anthony Edwards, Darius Garland, Kawhi Leonard, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Nikola Vucevic, Enes Kanter, and Luguentz Dort.
Wow.
And I got beat, Kev. How do you get beat with guys like that? I hate injuries.
We talked about it. We talked about your plight on the basketball podcast 2 weeks in a row. Ray did a lot of gloating last week.
I don't get it though. I don't understand. How, they were all injured. You put them in on a Monday, right? You know, like here we go, and it doesn't say anything about them. And then they lock. All the injury red things come out. I had like all red flags going down. You should be able to change your team on Thursday. That should be the second day. There should be two times you can adjust the lineup within the week because it's bullshit. You can't adjust the lineup.
Yeah, you gotta take that up with the commissioner, who also happens to be Ray, who happened to win the championship. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, there you go. And to end this, in our fantasy football league, getting free agents is still a little goofy. It should be quicker. It shouldn't be like, what is it, Tuesday night at midnight or something like that?
Yeah, you put your claims in before Tuesday. It runs Tuesday night at midnight. It runs Wednesday night at midnight, and then it completely opens up.
I think it should be at Tuesday at like 6, and then it should be instead of midnight 6 o'clock, so people can actually be there when it happens.
It's a difference.
Stay up.
It's automated. You can't do anything anyway. Anyway,
we can't change that.
No. Well, I can change the time, but the process is automated, so you don't do anything. You just wake up in the morning and look at the email.
I'll tell you, it has its bugs, but I like my fantasy football, my fantasy.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the free agency thing is strange because it's the most convoluted thing I've ever seen to set up, and I have to like tweak it every year, which I shouldn't have to do. But overall, it's a good platform. I
like it. I haven't liked it. I do. All right, guys. Look, I apologize for feeling so sick right now. I mean, I feel like when the camera ends, I might just go plunk.
No.
And I might be on the table for a couple hours. But you guys didn't have anything to say before we wrap it up.
I was gonna say, I literally this week just happened to catch an interview with T. Higgins. Awesome guy, and I know you had told me about the helmet thing, and then I just happened to find the interview. Listen to it. He's a really sounds like a great guy. They asked him about AJ Green, and he said he learned a ton about being a pro and little things like that you wouldn't normally learn, like little kind of tricks of the trade. He said, and then he said something really cool. I guess one of his friends that was also at Clemson, I think he went to Clemson, we went to the Packers this year. And he said he's like, I told my buddy, when we work out next summer, you better have picked up some tricks from Devontae Adams because I want some education from him. So I was like, this kid really is dedicated to the craft. So that was kind of cool to hear. And he also said if he catches 10, because he's number 85, but he really wants to be number 5, but because the NFL relaxed the number rules, if he catches 10 touchdowns, he changes his number to number 5. So you may want to hold off buying that T. Higgins jersey until you see if he catches 10 touchdowns. And then yeah, it was cool. It was a cool conversation. I thought it was going to be. I didn't know what to expect from him, but it was really cool. And the other one was Micah Parsons, the Dallas linebacker. I had a really good interview with him. He was because he grew up in Pennsylvania, and one of the podcasts I listened to is from Pennsylvania, and he'd been covering him since high school. Really good, another really good guy. Like apparently the off the field stuff was completely not fabricated, but much less serious than anybody thought. And he really worked hard. He really worked hard. But the one thing that absolutely terrified me. He's like, yeah, Michael Irvin called me up to congratulate me on becoming a Cowboy. And he said, I got to take you to some spots in Dallas. We can't talk about it on the Zoom. Once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. You're going to love it. For me, now I'm terrified. I don't want Michael Irvin anywhere near Micah Parsons or any other Cowboys rookie. Like the fact that I can't say it over the Zoom, but once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. That's it.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
So that's my two pieces I want to cover.
Yeah, I'll tell you, T. Higgins is a great guy. He's a great wide receiver. All right, Matt, what do you got to add?
I got a lot of T. Higgins if you're interested, Ken. A lot of T. Higgins. I love the Bengals and what they're doing with their offense. I think they get that possibly. Ray, I don't know. I don't want to say Dallas, but I think that they might have the best wide receiver core in the NFL. You know how I feel about Tyler Boyd in the slot. So now you got Higgins on the 2, and then Jamar Chase.
Yep.
That's problems, man. And now I see kind of why they took Chase over Pennell, and it does present a lot of problems. They're going to put somebody over there left tackle, but it's going to be hard to defend those for defense.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll show you guys one thing.
Yeah, I think that offense should take a major step this year because they did get offensive linemen in the second round, and then the argument was the big drop off between wide receiver. The drop between wide receivers is bigger than the drop off between offensive linemen, so they could replace offensive linemen in the second round. But they also got Mixon, and no one's even talking about Mixon. So they're going to have 3 or 4 good wide receivers, Mixon, improved offensive line. If Burrow comes back strong, they could be a team to watch in fantasy. Definitely.
I think that they own that division for the next foreseeable future.
That would be crazy.
Hey.
I hope you're right.
All right. So another thing I want to touch on really quick is right there is June 26th and the 27th. It is the 3rd annual Virginia Bigfoot Conference. The Genius and myself will be emceeing the event. If you when you're about to buy your tickets, if you tell the people, I can't even say people. If you tell the people that the Genius Kev and King Mike L sent you, you get in free. So anybody listening to this podcast that's going to go to this convention, if you mention that the Genius Kev and King Mike L told you to go, you'll get in free. Kev, I think that's a great deal for people. It's like $20 or $30 a ticket. What do you think?
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, how do you be free? So,
how do you feel about going down there? I didn't
realize it's a 9-hour drive from here. I'm not sure. I think if me, you, and Buddy do 9 hours in a car together, I think 3 are getting in the car, maybe 2 are getting out, maybe only 1. I think it's going to be like a death match.
Yeah, Buddy shot that the other day, but he bought an awesome truck.
Bro, really?
Kev, he bought a pickup truck he calls Darth Vader. It's big and black. It's beautiful. It's a monster truck. It's awesome. I mean, serious. Like that might be the truck we all just hop in and go down on. You know?
Yeah. All right.
And the other thing was this. So Ron Dog contacts me, and he asked me if that's real. He goes, "Is that just a joke? Are you just joking that you're hosting the Bigfoot convention?" I'm like, "No, it's real. It's really going to happen, and we're going to go down there." So Ron Dog goes, "I'm coming with you." Kev, I have not answered him. And I will not answer you because there is no way on God's green earth that I would drive 9 hours with Ron Dog in a car. Love you. I'm not riding quite, Kev. If we're in a car with Ron Dog with 9 hours, I'm promising you, I might have to gut him. Like I might have him really quick and actually I didn't do anything and let him bleed out because I don't know if we can have him in the car. He would just be too much. It'd be like something like this in the car. You know what I mean? You just want to drive. It's going to be a fun time though. Other than that, we have a show tonight for the paranormal. It will be. Boy, let me find. Oh, all right. You know what? This is actually a huge one tonight. It is Johnny Zaffis. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It's Mark Arvilla. 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 Mark Arvilla.
King, so, I got something you guys might want to look into. See if Mark can look into Danny Dimes' career.
Yeah. All right, wait. So Mark Arvilla, paranormal investigator, apprentice to the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Zaffis is a demonologist, director of the Salem Con, an all-around cool guy. So we got a big name tonight, Kev. Yeah. I don't know how it keeps happening. Like we get like really, really big guests, and I don't know why. Do you?
I think the word's getting out. You know, we're
Buddy's good, right? Buddy does the job. Like Buddy, he's got his book through September, Matt. Buddy has the paranormal booked through September, and like that's the biggest. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna wrap this. Mastradamus for the genius, Kev. It is me, Mike Lepre, King Michael. This is Legit Fantasy Football brought to you by LegitFantasySports.com. We will see you tonight, 7 o'clock for Legit Paranormal.
Zombie King.